Hi, welcome to Contemporary Tarot. I'm Madeline. In this details episode, I am going to talk about birds and what they represent when they appear on a card. So birds just universally, if you just Google it, they tend to represent messengers, communication, community, freedom, hope, spiritual transcendence. It's a lot. So I decided as I was working on it, I just naturally broke it down in my head to sort of three categories. I have your working birds, which is found on the star, Nine of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. Then I have nature birds, actual like birds in nature. And those all seem to be on the court cards, the sword cards, all the sword court cards. And then I have one, the Platonic ideal bird, and that is on the world. So that's just kind of shorthand for me as I started working with this. So I'm going to start with what I call the working birds. And let's start with the star. All right, on the star, in the background on this tree is an ibis, which is a bird. It's also represented in mythology, I think the god Thor or something like that. But the ibis represents knowledge, healing, optimism, adaptability, being the arbitrator. I find it fascinating that this is a bird of knowledge on the tree of knowledge at the top. And so I think that there is a quality that you are at the top. You have survived, you have gained all this knowledge, and there's an optimism, and this knowledge is coming in since you're top of this tree that has grown over time. And in my deck, it looks almost like the ibis is ready to take flight, to further, to go up to the mountains of the next big adventure. But lovely, wonderful. So next up we have the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, also, quick thing, there are various different species of birds. I broke it down into backtracking a little bit. I find eagles, doves, a hawk, an ibis, and unspecified flocks of birds. So we have, it's not just birds, they're kind of specific. Yes, Nine of Pentacles. So Nine of Pentacles, we have the hawk, which is in her hand, or on her hand, actually, she's holding it. The hawk cloaked head, it represents harnessed drive. It is corralling your skills and also interesting. You're in this garden and you're protected. And these are very similar. The woman and the bird both have a red hat. And she is protected by the glove on her hand from the pain the drive can cause. This is a protected place. You are in your perch, and your hawk, representing yourself and your drive and your purpose, is also, you're both protected. And it also indicates a devotion to your chosen vision, a willingness to work, to harness yourself, to commit to a discipline and not just, fly all over. Okay, all right. The third of what I call the working cards is the Ace of Cups. And we have this gorgeous dove flying into the cup. And I've got to admit, I'm doing research on this, and clearly there's a lot of Christian imagery in this, where you have the bird, the dove, and the wafer, and the cup, which can be communion cup and such. But how I look at that, it can have that aspect. But I really view it as this pure white dove is flying into the heart of who you are, that this is purity. You are pure. You're divine. You are a blessing. You are enough. There's peace flying into your core, the cup of you. And your cup runneth over because you are enough. I found that very moving, and I'm sitting with that. And it just made me very, there's a sense of peace, I think. All right, now we get into, this is fun, what I call the nature birds. And this, I'm going to look at Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, and King of Swords, because there's a really interesting progression of the birds. So first off, in our Page of Swords here, we have a flock of birds, and they appear to be circling, like they're looking for somewhere to land, or they're scoping the area, but it's high up. They have lots of options. There's a sense of coasting, of floating. Also, just I've been noticing, this page is looking over their shoulder, considering which direction to fly. And if you look at the stance, the shoulders are leaning one way with the sword, and the head is going the other way. The legs are kind of pointed in two different directions. So it's almost like, where is my flock going? I'm circling. There's a lot of different directions to go. Also, there is a tree, and you can see there's a wind and a storm, but you're facing into the wind. And so you're facing some resistance, and, even the ponytail is flying. So there is, you're coasting on a lot of different ideas, trying to find which way, in a sense, to steer into. And also, I'm going to compare and contrast. But also, if you look at this guy, he has a closed mouth, and there's sort of a protection, and really not having chosen, perhaps just exploring which way to go, as the birds are up high, where to go. All right, now we move into the flock of birds on the Knight of Swords. Okay, so the birds there are a lot of birds on this card. I did not frickin' realize when I got my magnifying glass out. Oh my God. So first we have these birds, and they're clearly, it's like there are four of them, five of them, clearly agitated. They are closer, and there is a sense that there is clearly turbulent wind. And you, or the rider, the knight, is deciding to lean into this chaotic, volatile battle, lean into the wind. One thing that I've just noticed in doing this work with these cards is we have this young man, young woman, this page, and the ponytail is blowing in the wind. Now here we have on our Knight of Swords, the ponytail a decision has been made. You are in this fight, and okay, and there are birds all over the tunic and on the rein. So you are taking this vision, and you're cloaking yourself in the vision, the fight that you have chosen, and you're leaving behind doubts. Any doubts, they're behind the birds. Anything is behind you. You are just going ahead, and you are cloaking yourself. There are birds on the tunic, there are birds on the reins, on the harness. There are also butterflies there. Got to do an insects episode. You're cloaking yourself in this vision, this fight, and you're in it. And those birds, they're very energized when you look at them. Okay, so then, all right, the flock of birds have flown away, and I perceive the king and the queen eagles. Part of it is because there are eagles here on this lake, and I watch how they behave, and these very much look to me like eagles. So we have on the Queen of Swords a single eagle high in the sky, and I think it's clarity. The clouds have subsided. The fight, you were on, in a sense, the other side of the battle, and you've gained the clarity. And you see there's a little red tassel on her wrist. I feel like with the page, we start out with this little ponytail kind of indicating youth and blowing where to go. In the Knight, we have the helmet tail or embellishment of having chosen a direction and going and fighting and advocating that. And now our Queen has achieved this knowledge through this fight, and it's now tasseled on her hand. It's in her hand. So I think that's lovely. The trees are less chaotic, and as you go through these, you see the trees the weather will serve a lesson. The storm is abating and subsiding, and you're getting your head above the clouds, and with that clarity of vision represented by the single eagle. And then we come to the fabulous King of Swords. And looking at this, there are two what I view eagles on it. And so I believe it is your vision, your clarity, but you're also able to see the other point of view. It's a complete, it's not just a personal vision of I'm going this way. It's an understanding of everyone's point of view of the entire situation. If you look at this card, the King of Swords has this piercing, calm gaze. And if you look at the two eagles, they're sort of also like a second pair of eyes, just looking in, looking out at the reader, but a straight-eyed look at what is really there. And I believe that the trees surrounding him, these are surrounding him. This is knowledge, stability, insight has been developed over a long period of time. The trees grow calmer. It's just delightful. All right, and now we're coming to the Platonic ideal card, and I'm finally earning my minor in philosophy from college because I thought Platonic ideal when I was looking at this. We have the eagle in the top right corner. This eagle is in the sky. This is total eagleness. You have gotten it. When it comes to your knowledge and your insight and your vision, you're the top dog. Look, the eagle too is looking directly at the human. There is complete clarity, understanding of the big picture. You are seeing yourself and humanity with great clarity. Oh my goodness, there is a lot there. So yeah, do explore. I'd love your feedback. And thank you. This has been a lot of fun. Please post your responses and your ideas in the comments and your feedback. Thanks. Thanks for visiting. I will see you soon.